Hello everyone, welcome back to another Train Sim World 6 video. Today we are on the Riviera line in the Class 52 Western in the Maroon livery from the West Somerset Railway. Today we are doing the Western Sunrise Rail Tour, Part 1, Exeter St David's to Paignton. We've got the Maroon Class 52 Western from West Somerset and the one we've got today is Western Champion, which I've actually, fun fact, I've actually seen this one in real life, heading to the Greatest Gathering, but is in a British Rail blue livery. Then we've got the Mark IIs from the Flying Scotsman add-on. And then all the way down at the other end, I do believe we have a West Somerset Class 47. We've also got an 802 off to the side there. Got a cannon I need to get. Yeah, West Somerset Class 47 in the green livery. And this, actually, both the Maroon 52, Class 33 Crompton, and the green Class 47 all have dynamic suspension thanks to an update Liam of Grump Dog Games did about a year ago. So, yeah. The 52 is actually pretty much up to modern standards minus announcements and train faults. So, yeah. Master key, master key, master key. I honestly do... Oh, there it is. Can I put it in neutral, please? Engine only. Yeah. Let's put the straight brake on. Driver's brake off. Headlights, instrument lights. Right, we've got a minute and a half. DSD on, please. AWS, and I do believe I have to get the cab change lever, which is... Whoa, that is a weird AWS sound. Anyway, I gotta do control minus, so tail lamp, tail lamp, tail lamp, on. Hang on, let's just check, make sure that's the correct no, it wasn't. That's annoying. Tail lamp, off. Tail lamp, on. Right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so quick bit of housekeeping. I believe we are direct to Paignton. Yes, we are. So yeah, we're actually faster than, despite being limited to 75, I think we are faster than even the express services. Yeah, so now we get to the nub of today's video, and that is week 3 of the season of reveals. But I do want to get going before we do that. Do I have to open the doors here? No, I don't actually. Yeah. So yeah, this service does require some dependencies. It requires West Somerset Railway, the Maroon Class 52 add-on, which is separate, and then Flying Scotsman for those interestingly painted Mark II Fs. Mark II As. I do apologize. Right, let's go forward on the reverser. Let's open the window for some extra Western goodness. There goes the 802. Nice. Easy does it. There's a 150 in GWR colors coming from the Salisbury line. Nice. I love having dynamic suspension on this unit. This is actually the first time I've driven a Class 52 on the channel. I've had it for ever since I got the West Somerset Railway when it got remastered almost 2 years ago now, and I've never done a Class 52 video on the channel. I believe I was going to do one once, but never got around to it. So, yeah. All safety's on. I love that I'm driving a unit that I have in real life. Funnily enough, the Maroon Class 52 along with the BR Green Class 47 substitute in for Cargo Line Volumes 1 and 2 services, despite being completely unrealistic and like, that layer just doesn't make any sense. Which it must have been an accident, yet Skyhook never bothered to fix it, so not exactly sure why that is. Anyway, week 3, season of reveals. And there is one more thing that go to 75. There is one last bit of information that we haven't gotten yet from season of reveals, and I'll go into that later. So the first add-on is something that blew me out of the water, and I really do mean that in a literal sense. I thought we'd never get this kind of gameplay again, ever. And I really do mean that. And yeah. Okay, the game's limiting us to 75, as it should, which is nice. Yeah. Anyway, so the first add-on, yeah, it threw me for a loop because I never thought we'd get this kind of add-on ever again. It is the Neckartalbahn, which is a new route by Train Sim Germany. That in itself is a good thing. Both of Train Sim Germany's routes, the Niddertalbahn and Mittenwaldbahn, both of those routes are what really got me into German content. Niddertalbahn especially. Like, I absolutely adore Niddertalbahn to bits, and it's almost 3 years old, so it's not exactly the newest route on the block, but it is absolutely superb, and I'll continue saying that till I stop playing this. Oh, we are over-revving quite a bit. Hang on. Ooh, easy does it. Anyway, so Neckartalbahn, it's going to, I'll say, so the big thing about this route is it's electrified and it's set in 1974, which means it is in terms of real life age, it will be the oldest German route in the game, besides, and I think the only two older will be Peak Forest and Spirit of Steam. Marschbaden, straight through. Right. Oh. Let's reduce throttle just a tad. Yeah. I do have a couple of... I forgot to mention that I do have a couple of mods active today. Winzarten's Live Weather mod, which is injecting live weather into the simulator, and... what is it? One other one. And London Midland Signal Visibility mod. Other than that, the game is completely stock, and while I do have other mods, they don't appear on today's run. So yeah, the Neckartalbahn, I think that's how you pronounce that, and it looks superb. It's going to be 50 kilometers, originating out of Heidelberg, and going to... trying to remember where it goes. Neckarels, that's where it goes. And it looks pretty decent. Like this, it's electrified as well. But there is one thing really about this that makes it insane. And I really do mean, like, it blew me out of the water when I first read about it. We are getting steam engines back in the game. Forgive me for cursing, and you might want to plug your ears, but holy shit. I never ever thought we would get proper steam engines in this game ever again. And I really do mean that. I really do think that we would never ever get proper steam engines in this game. Approaching our top speed of 75 miles an hour. We are a rail tour, so we can't go any faster than that, I'm afraid. Yeah, so the steam locomotive in question is the Deutsche Bundesbahn BR23. And I should say, when I mean German, I should mean West German, because 1974, the Cold War was still in full swing, and West Germany and East Germany were still very much two very separate and, I'll say, unequal countries. Though, I would love to see a Deutsche Reichsbahn East German route. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. I wish it would, because for one thing, it would be very hard to get reference materials, because it's very hard to get reference materials from East German stuff. And yeah, while it would be cool, I think the sheen would wear off quite quickly. Right, approaching the seacoast of the channel. So yeah, the Deutsche Bundesbahn BR23, it looks, when I say meticulously done, I really do mean it. Like, this thing looks, while it doesn't look like really ancient and clapped out, it doesn't look new. Like, a lot of the steamers in TSW, especially Flying Scotsman and Thomas the Tank Engine, look basically brand new, basically no weathering to speak of. But the BR23 looks not over-weathered, but like just the right amount of weathering to make it look heavily used, but not enough to make it look like an absolute bucket of you-know-what. Like, you know what I mean? Right. 75 limit has kicked in. Let's put the throttle up a tad. It's very easy to maintain speed in the Western. I forgot how good this thing was to drive. I haven't been in the Western in like a year or something. What an absolute beauty. Absolute beaut. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. So the BR23, we've got some pictures of the outside and we've got a picture of the cab. And it looks absolutely stunning. It is, I'm not exactly sure what like its bogie arrangement is. It's looks it's got one set of guiding wheels, 3 sets of driving wheels, and then a tender on the back with a few sets of axles. Coming up on Star Cross, by the way, just up there. I love doing the Western Rail Tour on this line because the Riviera line is, as the name implies, the Western's old stomping grounds. So being able to do this in game is actually quite a lot of fun. Speaking of the Class 52, I do not have the British Rail Blue version that comes with the somewhat unneeded Diesel Legends of the Great Western pack. That was an old pack for GWE, Great Western Express. But I am going to pick it up because it is, Diesel Legends of the Great Western is getting a full enhancement thanks to the Great Western Express remaster. So I will be picking it up next sale. Anyway, Neckartalbahn, it's going to be double track, fully electrified, which marks a bit of a departure from Niddertalbahn and Mittenwaldbahn. Niddertalbahn was unelectrified and single track. Mittenwaldbahn was electrified and single track. This one is electrified double track, so like other German lines. It's got so it's going to feature 53 kilometers of track, 15 stations, and they do talk about having electric stock. So I'm wondering, on top of the BR23, will we get some electric stuff, like whether it's new or recycled from previous German add-ons? But we don't know that yet. All we have confirmed in terms of rolling stock is the BR23. Let's get some loco brake on, down to 70 miles an hour. Coming up on Dawlish Warren and the theme park. Right, let's get some juice on the throttle here. Looks like we've got a 150 parked at Dawlish Warren. Because this is a rail tour, of course, I'll be honking my horn at every whistleboard and every station because, like, why the heck not? It's a rail tour. You don't see these every day. Anyway, Neckartalbahn. So, trains in Germany, along with releasing the BR23, are improving steam physics specifically for the BR23. So, for the 4 other steamers we've got in the game, the Stanier 8F, the LMS Jubilee, the... What are the other ones? The Stanier, Jubilee, Flying Scotsman, and the Fowler 4F. Those will not, and I repeat, not be receiving improvements. HST Castle set. Hello, sir. Unfortunately, the HST Castles were retired just a couple of days ago. So, yeah. Very sad. Leaving the only operator of stock of HSTs left in the UK as ScotRail, but they're getting Class 222 Meridians from their ex-East Midlands Rail, so yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that will pan out. So yeah, it looks as though the ScotRail HSTs are not long for this world either. Dawlish. Yeah, this is my favourite part of the route. Lovely scenery. Fantastic job done by the developers on this section of the line. Right, let's get that shot, why don't we? Ooh, yes. Like, with Dawlish Station itself in the background. That looks decent. I will take that. Right. So, yeah, the steam physics in the game, their default in the game, will be receiving a bit of a rework from TSG, which I'm very excited about, because the default steam physics have been a bit of a joke for years now, and officially, Dovetail Games aren't doing any more steamers, but they said that and then released Thomas the Tank Engine, so I'm not exactly sure what they are planning on doing. 11 miles to Paynton. So yeah. We don't, Dovetail does, TSG do not have anything to share about what these steam physics improvements will actually be. They're just saying they're improving the steam physics, so they're probably working on that. They will confirm in roadmap, Dovetail will confirm in roadmap articles when they have more information from the Train Sim Germany team. It seems as though TSG are working a bit under the radar to try to get these improvements done. Ooh, I love those lighted instrument lights. Beautiful. Oh, I can't. This one headlight doesn't do a dang thing. I can see why these aren't used in regular mainline service anymore. Do have a 75 limit kicking in, but I'm not going to take advantage of it because we do have a 60 limit coming in at Teignmouth, and I don't really want to. Yeah. Easy does it. Right. New announcement. On to the next of the new announcements. This is going to be West Coast Main Line, Trent Valley from All Aboard Studios. Yes, I know what you're thinking. It's yet another route set on the West Coast Main Line, and why should I get it? Well, stick around. So yeah, All Aboard Studios. They released Birmingham to Crewe a bit back. Didn't go too well, but they have been frenetically bug fixing, and it seems as though they've been doing a good job on getting Birmingham to Crewe fixed. I still don't think I'll get it because I'm not that interested in the route concept, however. But West Coast Mainline Trent Valley, this route will be 108 miles long, making it the longest UK route in the game by a significant margin, as West Coast Mainline Preston Carlisle by Just Trains was about 100 miles in total, I think. So yeah, this will be a decent bit bigger than Preston Carlisle in terms of route length, which I'm pretty excited about. And what gets even better is the bit of route that they're doing, because we haven't been able to do a decent West Coast Mainline run in the Class 390 Pendolino ever since ever since Dovetail made West Coast Main Line South Euston to Milton Keynes and cut it off at Milton Keynes, which is a objectively terrible place to cut the route coverage. However, this new West Coast Main Line Trent Valley route will start at Milton Keynes Central and go all the way to Crewe, bypassing Birmingham and not going via Birmingham, going via the Trent Valley Line, Rugby, Stafford, places like that. So the amount of track that we will get with this line is objectively insane, which is already a plus point in its favor. So it will link up with West Coast Main Line South at Milton Keynes, and it will link up with Birmingham Cross City at Lichfield Trent Valley, and it will link up with Birmingham to Crewe, Spirit of Steam, and Crewe to Preston at Crewe, which is just absolutely insane. Which means we will be able to do London Euston to Milton Keynes on West Coast Main Line South, Milton Keynes to Crewe on the Trent Valley line, which is a service that I've done rode on in real life, by the way. Then Crewe to, and then it would hook up with the routes that I've already said, and then you could do Crewe to Preston on Just Trains' Crewe to Preston route. Then you could do Preston to Carlisle on Preston Carlisle, also by Just Trains, which means the amount of line that you will get is just absolutely insane. Class 220, hello. And I really do mean that we will be able to continuously travel on the West Coast Main Line, albeit in different eras, from Euston to Carlisle, which takes in real life about... Oh, hello. That's the AWS going off. Scared me. I didn't know what that noise was. Which takes a very long time in real life. I'm not exactly sure how long it takes. But yeah, it will take a while to complete. Slowing down for that 60 limit, 7.5 miles to Paignton. And yeah, I think this will be a... Like Neckartalbahn, I think this will be a day one purchase. Neckartalbahn for the BR23, because I think that thing looks absolutely cool as hell. Sorry for the... Yeah, I know I don't normally cuss too much on this channel, but I'm just excited, okay? Then West Coast Main Line Trent Valley, simply because it'll link up West Coast Main Line South and Crewe to Preston, and also because it'll give me a longer run with the Class 390 Pendolino, which is a confirmed layer. And what's even better about West Coast Main Line Trent Valley is we will get not only the Class 350, which all aboard will recycle from Birmingham to Crewe, and which was itself recycled from West Coast Main Line South, albeit with improvement, but we'll also get the brand new Class 807 Evero, which is a offshoot of the Hitachi IET family, and which I'm seriously looking forward to, because that thing looks pretty good. And then also we don't have any pictures of the 807. We do have the 805, which is also a confirmed all aboard Studios add-on, standing in for the 807. There's a 150. I forgot to honk my horn for the people at Newton Abbot, but yeah. Oh. Yes! I'm bypassing the 150 onto the painted branch. That's hilarious. Anyway. So yeah, I'll probably get the West Coast Main Line Trent Valley and the Class 805, which, yeah, will also layer onto West Coast Main Line South as well for a better timetable. Which yeah, like, this is a good route choice by the people at All Aboard, and I really do wish them luck with it. Yeah, 108 miles is just an absolutely absurd number. Next up, we have another Just Trains route. This will of course be a day one purchase for yours truly, because I think Just Trains are an absolutely superb development group. I know they had a bit of a mixed reputation back in the TS Classic days, but holy, I cannot wait to see what they've got next. And it is the Cumbrian Coast route, starting off at Carlisle and running to Whitehaven. So this route will start at Carlisle, which will be recycled from Preston Carlisle, and then will run for 40 miles along the Cumbrian coast to Whitehaven, which is apparently quite a scenic line in real life. I wouldn't know, but yeah. So yeah, the unit included with this is going to be the Class 108 diesel multiple unit, which the screenshots shown are look very much a work in progress, which is understandable, because yeah, it doesn't look as though they're too far along in development. It's just gray Blender renders, unfortunately. So yeah, it looks pretty decent. It's going to be the first Just Trains unelectrified route since Blackpool branches, and it looks quite decent. Hopefully the Class 108 will also layer onto Preston Carlisle and Blackpool branches and Crewe Preston, because that would be pretty cool. So yeah, I've already explained yeah, like how many different sections of the West Coast Main Line will link up to form a continuous train from Euston to Carlisle. So yeah, we've also had a gameplay showcase video of the first Portuguese route, which is Lisbon to Setúbal by Virtua via 360. This route looks decent, and they've managed to obtain accurate licensing. I'm not sure what the brand is because I can't see it on my phone, but it looks pretty good. Like, I must say, like, this line looks absolutely brilliant. Like, the scenery looks decent. Like, the Series 3500 double-decker electric multiple unit looks decent. Yeah. Then we have some rehashed screenshots for previous roadmaps. We've got Christmas challenges. We've also got news about Dovetail, because they actually helped the Department of Transport, yes, the UK government's Department of Transport, render the new Great British Railways livery on their new that will start coming into service next year. It looks pretty decent. Actually, it looks a bit... No. Honestly, it looks a bit too fussy for my liking. Like, and I'm not kidding, it looks pretty fussy, and it's too patriotic, if you know what I mean. Let's get some straight brake going. Come on, buddy. We don't know if we're getting any Great British Railways content in Trains and World, but I won't be surprised if they do. Dovetail are neither confirming nor denying at this time. There's going to be a live stream. There's going to... and on next Monday, the 22nd of December, there is going to be some news on the Great Western Express remaster that we've been waiting for well over a year at this point. The Great Western Express was released in 2018 and features the stretch from London Paddington to Reading. It has been in dire need of an update for years at this point, and the remaster keeps getting pushed further and further back, but beta testers already apparently have their hands on it, which is very annoying. Cut the brakes. We do have a 30 limit coming into Tor, which is annoying. Anyway, so that will be shared on Monday, the 22nd of December, and they're saying early January 2026. So I'm assuming this will be the first add-on that releases after the end of Dovetail Games' winter break, and presumably the first update, major update, DLC release, blah blah blah, of 2026. So something I am very much looking forward to. And that is it for the news from TSW for week 3 season of reveals. And oh, come on, coming through Tor, and yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. It looks like, out of all the stuff, I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff from this. I'm looking forward to Nekatalban, Great West Express Remaster, Milton, West Coast Mainline Trent Valley, Cambrian Coast. It all looks excellent, and it's all made by third parties, which means it'll be a decent, at least be better than Dovetail Games products. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to all of that. And yeah, especially Nekatalban. Like, finally we have a new steam locomotive, and it's German. It's something we've never had before, and it's a steam locomotive that doesn't have British Railways branding, which is something that I'm quite cross that literally the only proper steam locomotives in this game, besides Thomas the Tank Engine, are literally all British Railways branded, even Flying Scotsman, but that is realistic, I suppose. So yeah, I am really looking forward to the BR23. Torquay, home of Basil Fawlty. Of course I had to say that because, well, yeah. If you've ever watched Fawlty Towers, you would know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Nekatalban. Good scenery, new steam locomotive. I think this has the potential to be one of the best add-ons, one of, if not the best add-ons Train Sim Germany have ever released. And that's certainly saying something, as they've made some absolutely superb stuff over the years. Like, their first add-on was the Vossloh G6 diesel shunter, and I still drive the G6 from time to time because I just think it's great. I love it. Like, even now, the G6, despite being well over 3 years old at this point, has stood the test of time very well. And it keeps getting layered onto new routes. It layers onto Leipzig-Dresden, for instance. It layers onto Zwolle to Groningen. It's just... Come on, buddy. I love the creak of the accelerator, of the throttle handle. Okay, we do have about 2 minutes to get into Paynton, so we might actually be a bit late. Right, I need to push this thing. Just a short hill, and then we're downhill into Paynton. Ooh, nice bit of coastline there. Yeah, I'll have to remember to do a toot of the horn just before we get to Paynton. Class 166 Network Turbo from Great Western Express. That's another of the... that, and along with the HST, or GWR HST, are slated to get a seriously good update as part of the Great Western Express remaster. I am so happy. Like, Nekatalban, I'm probably is probably the route like I am most looking forward to, apart from Tadami, because apart from Tadami, Crewe Preston, and the Cumbrian Coast, because wow, we've needed German steamers in this game for so long, and TSG are finally giving us one, and it's TSG, so that means it'll be absolutely excellent. And I know a lot of people aren't really into the steam or German stuff, but oh man, I think that BR23 is going to be one of the serious contenders for favorite German train in the game. I think. What about the Expert 101 though? I love the Expert 101. It's my most driven train in the game. Hopefully. Yeah, we are going to be slightly late into painted, but nothing too bad. Try and slow down for this 15 limit. Let's get full straight brake going. Notch 1 on driver's brake, please. Performance is still doing pretty decently at 47 frames a second, which is all I can ask for, really. This is my favorite run. The Exeter to Painted is so much fun. Right, we're not getting shunted over onto the up line toward London. Let's go into this little platform. We're going into this little platform here. Oh, straight brake is still on, that's why. Right. Oh, there's an 802 coming in from the yard, I presume. Let's see if there's any... Don't think we have any heritage stock waiting to depart, do we? No, we don't. Shame. Oh! Sander on. I'll have to use the driver's brake to stop because, yeah, if I use the loco brakes too much, it's going to lock the wheels up, and that's never good. Easy does it. One minute and 15 seconds late, but yeah. I'm not gonna. I will take that. Welcome to Payton. Should probably get the headlight off, and then this little panel down here. There is a tail light switch. Is it the marker light? Yep. The service will change ends and head back up to wherever it is. It's Exeter at some point later in the day. Let's shut the doors, and oh. It actually counted. I've actually had a bit of a bug with Painton where it doesn't, when you shut the doors, it doesn't recognize that you've completed the service. So glad that didn't happen today. So yeah, platinum medal. That'll be all for this video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite part of the entire season of reveals. Now that we have all the information, let me know down in the comment section. I would love to know your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.